Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the oldest inmate in Texas to get executed. That's what they said. So they had an execution in Texas. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. What's good with everybody, man? Shout out to all of you out there. I appreciate all of you. Even the haters, man. Even you. I appreciate you too. Yankees for life. What's good, man? How you doing? I'm just getting ready to go to 1029. What's good, J Soul Johnson? How you doing, bro? How's everyone doing today? So there's a lot of shit to talk about, man. There's a lot of drama going on. Gerard, what's good, man? How you doing? RB Docs, what's good, man? Staxx, Texas don't play with lethal injections. Hell no, they don't, man. They don't. So this dude got executed yesterday. Wakey, what's good with you, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute. How you been, man? I'm doing really good, man. So this is the guy that got executed. He killed a police officer in Texas. So we're gonna get into his story a little bit. Man, why is this doing this? Hmm. All right, boom, I got a story right now. It says Texas carries out execution of the oldest death row inmate as Melissa Lucio continues to fight for freedom. Texas has executed its oldest death row inmate by way of lethal injection. Wait, is this the right one? Boom, boom, boom. Let me make sure I'm got the right one. It says Carl Wayne, 78, was put to death at 6:40 p.m. on Thursday. Texas Department of Corrections. The first inmate executed in the state this year was put on death row after conviction of fatally shooting a 37-year-old Houston police motorcycle officer, James Arby, after a 1990 traffic stop. During the fatal stop, Burton shot the 19-year police veteran in the head and shot him twice more in the back and once as he fell on the ground. According to state documents, Bunton was eventually captured inside the nearby warehouse after shooting 3 other people, including 2 witnesses. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, Texas don't play when it comes to lethal injections. They don't fuck around, man. I would never want to be there. Can you imagine being on death row for that long? So it says that he was captured inside the warehouse. The execution was notable as being the first in which inmate's spiritual advisor was allowed to be present and to touch and pray during the execution. Meanwhile, Melissa Lucio, a Texas mother convicted of killing her 2-year-old child, is still fighting to have her execution stayed. Maybe she shouldn't have it stayed. She and her supporters claim her confession was coerced by investigators. It was central to the prosecutor's argument during her murder trial. But listen, her kid's dead still, so that doesn't matter. Oh, she has supporters like Kim Kardashian. Advocates, others speak out for death row inmates who were convicted of questionable evidence. Hundreds of religious groups and women's domestic violence advocacy organizations. 5 of the jurors who initially convicted Lucio have also called a reprieve after reviewing the evidence. At the time of her questioning, Lucio's children told investigators that she had been abusive or violent in any way, that she had never been. They also told investigators that she had seen their sibling's 2-year-old who died acting listless and sleeping for long hours prior to their death. The symptoms consistent with a brain injury caused by a fall. The child, Meredith, also had medical history of difficulty of walking and had suffered falls in the past. Mariah died after falling down the stairs. Lucio called 911, but the paramedics were unable to save the child, and she stopped breathing. And then she was convicted of murdering her own kid, and she was put on death row. So that's pretty crazy. What's good, man? How you doing, big boy Blue? How have you been, man? Yeah, they do not play down in Texas. Especially if you kill a police officer down there, that's really bad. Like, if you get caught in the commission of a crime, that's what they deem the death penalty for. So if you're robbing somebody and you kill them during the commission of the robbery, you are getting the death penalty. It's the same way they used to do it in Connecticut. I was with a lot of people that were on death row in Connecticut. And they changed the laws. They stopped the execution of people in Connecticut. So when they stopped the law, I was in prison and I was in a level 4 facility. So when they stopped the law, they let them into the general public. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Someone can choose firing squad. That's true, man. I can look that up right now. Hold on. That's pretty crazy. You can choose firing squad if you want to. News about firing squad in the U.S. Ooh, there's 2 of them. Halt firing squad plans. Second South Carolina execution on hold after court halts firing squad plan. All right, death by firing squad is a way to carry out death penalty that is now banned in the United States for most prisoners. Execution squad in South Carolina set for Only 3 inmates. All right, I got it right here. South Carolina, the highest court says firing squad execution set for next week. Wow, and this was done on the 20th. So let's see here. South Carolina Supreme Court issued a temporary stay of execution Wednesday for Richard Moore, who was scheduled to be the first person executed by firing squad in the state. Lindsey Vann, one of Moore's attorneys, told CNN last week that they asked the state's highest court to put the execution on hold in order to give them time to appeal their convictions in the U.S. Supreme Court. Moore, who was sentenced to death in the 1999 murder of a convenience store clerk, was scheduled to be executed April 29th in the court filing. He chose firing squad over the electric chair. I probably would too. He did not have an opinion of choosing lethal an option. Oh, he did not have an option of choosing lethal injection, as South Carolina does not have the necessary drugs, according to the filing. The Department of Corrections previously told CNN it has been in possession but is unusable dose of lethal injection drugs since 2013. Moore chose to die by firing squad, but added in a statement he will not lose hope in pending court challenges to the constitutionality of the state's death penalty method. I believe this election is forcing me to choose between 2 unconventional methods of execution. I mean, they could bring back the gallows too, They could just start stringing people up. That's pretty, I don't know if I'd want that either. First off, I wouldn't do anything to get the death penalty, but it's a touchy subject with a lot of people. Some people are for it, some people are against it, but I want to hear you guys' opinion. So put it in the comments or put it in the description of this video. Put it in the chat. What's your take on the death penalty? The Saddam treatment on the gallows, man. Some people say it was faked. I don't believe that shit. They showed him. He was a passenger in the car, and he got out the car and shot that cop. Yeah, that's not cool, man. So people that commit crimes like that, man, hey, you did it, and you've been convicted, and it is what it is. You gotta face the piper, like as they would say. So if you guys didn't know, I am gonna be doing a couple shows. I got one show I'm doing about informants. Another show I'm gonna be doing about all these people who hate informants and the people who hate the people who hate informants. There's it's a big thing. Like, people have really strong beliefs about informants and people who have cooperated in the past. But little do they think, man, I'm not in the streets no more. I'm on YouTube talking about things like this. Like, so that this is just getting information out there. And if you don't like what goes on here, keep it moving, man. Go somewhere else. Go do something else. Go do something with your life instead of trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this and that. Like, you think like there's a big conspiracy theory. I don't care about you you trolls and you people out there who think. I don't know what you think. And I don't give a shit what you think, tell you the truth. But anyway, too many people on death row, get them off, do DNA tests and set them free. They're setting them all free. That's what they do in other states, man, or other countries. They let all the death row inmates out and they send them to different countries. It's messed up. Like people who have done crazy things. Damn, man. At least it's sun shining somewhere, because it hasn't been sun shining here. I mean, yesterday was pretty nice. South Carolina's opting for firing squad. Yeah, man. Firing squad, bro. Do you think knowing you're gonna die makes it less scary or more? Well, if knowing you're gonna die in that way and they're holding you like that and they're about to bring you to the firing squad or the gallows and you're like in prison and they're gonna kill you, that's probably terrifying because you can't get out of it. There's no way to get out of that. How the hell are you gonna get out? With maybe an appeal or something like that. But I think if if it was like the Nazis, like when the Nazis were around and they were grabbing people and forcing them into the concentration camp, all they had to do was fight back and rebel at them people. That's all they had to do. Like it's a herd mentality. They just herded them with like one follows the other and all that shit. If they would have packed them and they could have overpowered them and took their guns and because I know if you're leading me to my execution, I'm gonna fight until my last dying breath. I'm not gonna just lay down and take it. Never. I would never do that. So Murder Inc., the electrocutions in Sing Sing, man. Yeah, there were a lot of we could talk about Murder Inc. for a minute. All right, boom, Murder Inc. Executions. There was a lot of them, 20 plus. The head of Murder Inc. was executed, Lefty Buckhalter. And that's insane that they executed the head of the mob back then. It was like the head. American mobster and the head of Murder Inc., Louis Lefty Buckhalter, is executed. Lefty began his life to crime as a teenager when he met Jacob Garan Shapiro. The duo soon established the extortion business. Eventually, the two formed a larger gang, the Little Augie. Again, stepped up the criminal activity. The gang hustled unions, both employees, employers, moved bootlegging liquor, importing heroin. Lepke's share was approximately $500,000 a year. Lepke and two of his henchmen, Louis Capone and Emmanuel Mindy Weiss. He was a crazy dude too. I've heard stories about what this guy did. He used to they would have people tied up in chairs and they would soak rags in um like syphilis and stuff and put it on people's eyes. They would tie bandages around their eyes and it would soak into their eyes. Insane. The things they would do back then. And they would, Joe, what's good with you, man? How have you been? Arms distance 51. How you doing, man? He said if someone was killed in the family, they could choose to have them tortured to death. I'm not sure. If someone was killed in my family, I would choose to have them tortured to death. Yeah, me too, man. I'm with you on that one, bro. The quick death would be letting them off easy. You're right, man. And giving them lethal injection, they just go to sleep, man. That's letting them off easy too. Like they should make them walk through like a gauntlet where they got things swinging and shit like that. Like a Ninja Warrior, but it's like real evil things going on, and they have to run through it like a mouse. Shout out to the Stone Sailor, man. Shout out to Rob Farlow. What's good with you, Rob? How have you been? So old Sparky, man, the chair in Sing Sing, head of the murder ring dies in the electric chair. Pensacola News, March 6, 1944. Lepke and his pals electrocuted. That was in the Los Angeles Times, March 5th, 1944. Lonely Hearts killers are executed. Man executed for killing wife. They used to, woman executed in Louisiana. They used to execute people back in the day a lot. I want to get to hell in time for dinner. That's what man executed for murder of his family to steal their business. He, when he died, he said, "I want to get to hell. I want to get, I want to get to hell in time for dinner." He said, "I wish you'd hurry up. I want to get in hell in time for dinner." Booth was a wanted outlaw, sought by lawmen for the murders of his wife and children in Oklahoma, a cowboy in Colorado, a trapper in Wyoming, among other things. And it was the murder of a Wyoming man that brought him to the gallows. A year before his execution, Booth killed Jacob Shimmer during a robbery. Shimmer had invited Booth into his home and fed him dinner. At that point, Booth turned on his host, killing him with a hatchet and wrapping a cord tightly around the man's neck. He then hid the body under a pile of rocks and stole $5. Sheriff Frank Canton apprehended Booth, who confessed to Shimmer's murder during a long stagecoach ride from Montana to Wyoming. Though he claimed he had killed the victim in self-defense, Booth was convicted of murder and sentenced to death. As he was escorted from his cell to the gallows, he said his final words. He declined a final statement immediately preceding his execution. "I wish you would hurry up. I want to get into hell in time for dinner." That's funny. Man kills four in self-work dispute regarding unfair lottery practices. Famous last words. I don't care what you read as the arms are straining to the chest. Go ahead, do what you're gonna do. Please don't squeeze me to death. If you don't take 100 men to hang me, don't take 100 men to hang me. So these are people's last words. Look here, you want this long enough? You better take a glass of whiskey to quiet your nerves. That's what the sheriff said. When Sheriff Clark asked if he had anything to say, none of your business. What in the hell do you want to take a man's life for? In the way you overcoats, cutthroats. Yeah, they had a different jargon back then. The way they talked, it was crazy. But I'll show you a picture of the final words. So I've been putting together some interviews and stuff. I have some interviews coming up, some really good ones. What's good, man? What's good, Steve? How have you been, bro? The chair doesn't work. First couple zaps sometimes. Wonder what that feels like, smells like. I'd have nightmares. Ha! So this is a picture of people's last words. Famous last words. Crime and entertainment. What's good, man? The movie Stone Cold. It's times like these that remind me of father's last words, in which were, "Oh, son, that gun is loaded." Oh shit. Shout out to Crime and Entertainment. Go check out his channel too. But I got some good interviews coming, man. I got some really notable people that you have seen on TV. Guarantee it. 100%. I got a bunch of people like that coming. I got some gangsters coming. I got some other people coming too. So stay tuned, man. It's going to be really good. It's about to get real. And you guys are all great. I want to trade my Tim McBride is awesome, man. Yeah, he's coming out really soon, man. I've just been so busy with the new job and everything, you know. So people would probably kill to be in my situation. And I worked hard to get where I am. And no one's gonna stop me. Oh, I appreciate all of you, man. I really do. And I'm gonna be at the fights tomorrow. There's some fights tomorrow. You guys didn't know, it's in Canterbury Park. I'm pretty sure that's the name. It's like a horse track. There's a casino there. So it's about to get real. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Till next time, man. See you guys later on. I don't know if I'll be on tonight. Maybe, maybe not. When's the Hoffa witness interview? Really soon, man. I did one with him. You could check it out. But he's coming back on. I've just been so busy, man. I've been swamped with everything. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back on. Peace.